Hello everyone, welcome back to the Blessed Corner. Today we have a great episode. Today we have Miss Stacey Angela.
Hey,
she is the designer of Stay by Stacey, and we're going to get to know her a little bit more. But before we do, I have to tell you how I met Miss Stacey Angela. So during quarantine, obviously, you know, designers were trying to still do fashion shows, in which we did a virtual show. I casted for her show, walked in it, and we just, you know, obviously hit it off.
Of course, of course. She was beautiful. She had a great personality and a great smile. So, of course, she was perfect for the brand.
Thank you, yes. She has wonderful pieces, but I want you guys to get to know her because she has amazing works, and you guys got to be in it, right?
Absolutely.
Especially, like, you know, it's getting warm outside.
Absolutely.
Vacation. You need to be in her stuff.
Yes,
all right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So, what I want to know is, who are you? Who is Stacey Angela?
Well, Stacey Angela, I'm born in Kingston, Jamaica, raised in Montclair, New Jersey. My family lives in the Maryland, the DMV area.
Okay.
Went to college, have a degree in psychology and a minor in women's studies.
Educated.
Yes, absolutely. Currently a teacher, third grade, between kindergarten and third grade, so I switch sometimes.
You love kids.
I love the babies. But I'm a designer. First, that's how I got introduced to the industry. Okay. Initially as a stylist working for celebrity stylist Deborah Ginyard out of Brooklyn, who at that time was styling Eve, the Fugees, Deborah Messing, and this was like a really random, different kind of really amazing people.
Awesome.
So I, at that point, was like, oh, I want to design, but wasn't sure. Was crocheting on the set to pass some time and finished the piece. I was like, oh, this came out cute. I was looking at it and these people were like, oh my God, can I use that piece in the shoot? And then another friend of mine named Charlotte, shout out to her, she took a crochet bikini top to a casting and came back with an order for a dozen pieces. So that's how the brand developed.
Okay.
It wasn't the initial thought wasn't swimwear. The thought was to design, yes, but it wasn't necessarily swimwear. And my medium is crochet. Okay.
So could you kind of explain what is Stay by Stacey Angela?
Okay. Stay by Stacey Angela is a brand for the sexy, edgy, traveling fashionista. She's on the go, she's powerful, she's not trying to do what everyone else does. You know what I mean? I am inspired by women like that because a lot of women in my family are people who travel heavily but look amazing while doing so.
Yes, you
from
gotta
suitcase head to toe, you know, and that inspired me a lot. And having, of course, as people know in the industry, you wear different hats sometimes, and then it opens doors later that you didn't think. I've worked for plenty of magazines in a PR perspective as well as writing for different magazines. So I said, hey, I want to come up with my own publication. And Stay Magazine gave birth to that. And yeah.
So y'all heard that. She went from Stay by Stacey Fashions to Stay Magazine. She out here doing it.
Absolutely, because the one thing about COVID, it forced me, and I'm sure plenty other people, to pivot and to find new ways to express themselves. Given the fact that we couldn't be face to face, which was like so traumatic.
Yeah, it really was.
But I had some cool people, a lot of my friends out in the Lehigh Valley Fashion Week area were totally supportive, and they were on their next vision of what they needed to do. And so it was really inspiring. There was no time to sit around and be sad because it was like new things to create, and
that's
that
awesome.
You know, so a lot of birth happened.
So you had a blessing.
Yes.
You had a child during quarantine.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's something that a lot of people can, you know, identify with because, like, you know, I had a birth during quarantine. It was this. It was YouTube.
Right.
I never thought I would ever be doing YouTube and stuff like that, but I'm doing it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it's fabulous too. The Blessed Corner.
Thank you. But okay, so let me ask you this. So I heard you mention you wear bikini tops. You know, you made the bikini top. They came back for order. Are your fashions exclusive, like size exclusive?
No, not size exclusive. The goal is custom swimwear or custom pieces, because initially a lot of my people would need things for a specific casting, or they were traveling, or they were even getting married. You know what I mean? And they wanted a piece that could be worn from the beach, but also be like, could be lingerie if they decide to switch it up.
I like that.
So I was like, oh, okay. And so that's how that developed. And of course, I make pieces to fit my size. Initially started out with the swimwear, but then also the crochet earrings, which were on America's Next Top Model, BET Top 10 Designers.
She out here. BET Top 10 Designers to watch right here.
Yeah, I mean, I call this my second time up the mountain, because I saw a lot of amazing things and was so busy, I didn't take time to really pay attention to, like, girl, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what that was? Do you know you were just eating dinner with? So, you know, now I'm trying to be smarter. I'm trying to have more control. Not even trying, I'm having more control over my brand as far as where it goes and the doors that I'm able to open up, especially with Stay magazine. You know, it just takes sometimes a person to give somebody an opportunity. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they just need a chance, and I want to be able to, as people gave me chances in the industry, you know, along my way, I want to be able to give chances to other people too. That's
amazing, to want to reach back and help others, because you don't always see that in this industry. And so that's great that you want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's scary. You know what I mean? I used to have a publicist friend that said, you know, I can't worry about being used as long as you're useful. You know what I mean? Like, if you're being a blessing to me, I don't mind being a blessing to you. You know what I mean? But in the same breath, it's, you know, I think this industry and just many, I don't care, even if it's in education, you know, a lot of times it's about me, why her and not me, instead of why can't we all do this together and just be a support system. Of course, I'm not saying that you expose and tell everything that you're doing to everybody, but what I am saying is that to be able to use like these people that will sharpen your iron, you know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron. You're like, you need people who are gonna be like, no, that's not cool, Stacey, or you know what I mean? I don't want any yes men around.
I say that all the time. Like, I can cheer for you, and you know what I mean? I can be happy for your growth as well as myself. We don't need to tear each other down. There's room for all of us to win.
Absolutely.
And it's better when we're all winning.
Absolutely,
you know?
Because there may be somebody who's doing things a little differently. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this issue of the magazine, it's going to be our summer beauty issue, which I'm super excited about, because it's spring summer beauty issue, because I really am highlighting some cool beauty brands, whether or not they're celebrity beauty brands or just really amazing products, and amazing at skincare and black owned or women of color owned products that I think are doing well on the market, but I think they're also great for the environment too. Yeah, so I have my top 20 Stay magazine beauty essentials.
Ooh, top 20. Yeah, top 20. I better check it, make sure. See, y'all in it. See, top 20. So you said custom made swimwear.
Yes.
So is that, do clients call you and say, hey Stacey, I need this, that, and the third, or do you just say, I got a piece for you, I visioned it?
It can be both.
Okay.
A lot of times people are like, you know, I have certain clients who are like, do your thing, because I know you're going to do something really edgy, something different. Or some people like, no, I specifically want it this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's where the custom comes in, especially for girls such as myself that have big boobies and hips and curves and stuff like that. And we are, you know, measurement is super, super duper key. Because let's say I do a bikini top for somebody, I did one for a plus size woman who's a triple D. You know, that I have to be mindful of the fit, you know what I mean? Every triple D isn't the same.
Yeah.
You know, so that custom thing becomes important.
But that's good, because you know, when you get something custom made, you can't. It's not for everybody.
No,
you know?
It's not.
Like, no, this is my stay. Thank you, thank you. No, stay right here.
I know that's right.
You know, I love custom stuff. I don't know, maybe it's the bougie in me, but I love being like, oh no, one of a kind, baby. No.
Of course,
you know?
Everyone, you know, women want to feel like. You know, the one thing, I used to work in Jersey, shout out to Newark, New Jersey. And the one thing is, like, even though the women were beautiful, you could see during lunchtime a couple people with the same outfit. And I know personally they thought they were being the most unique. You know? And I said, I don't want to give that. I don't want them to be like, oh, I saw one just like that. Yeah. Maybe something similar, but you ain't see that. You know what I mean?
So your pieces are crocheted, right?
Yes.
So that's not something we see in swimwear you know, we don't see a lot somewhere. So that's unique in its own. How did you really come up with like, okay, crochet?
Because so many of my clients were traveling. They were, you know, they were models as well, so they were traveling like to the Caribbean. And I remember this one, I don't even remember her name, but she was one of my first major clients, and she was like a video girl back in the day, and she reached out to me and was like, I need a baby pink bikini.
Okay.
So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, girl, I'm like, wait a second. You know, I'm in the beginning. Remember, I didn't go to school and say, hey, this is what I want to do and this is how I break it down. So I have to see it in my mind first. So in my mind, I'm like, how am I going to make this happen? So I love the experience we have of the whole custom thing, taking measurements, and as the piece was just about finished, having her come in and it's perfectly fit on her body. Like that gets me excited to see it not just beautiful, but that it's fit, and she knows that no one else is gonna have this one.
So with crocheting, because how did you get into crochet? Like for me, for example, when I would go to Virginia to visit my family down there, my great grandmother taught my sister and I, when we were younger, how to crochet. So that was kind of our thing. We would crochet with her. We called her Guinea. We would crochet with Guinea, and then obviously, I was not the greatest. No, I can crochet a straight line. I can do a blanket. It might go from a square to a triangle by the end because I missed a stitch. But for you, how did you get into crocheting? And then when you make your pieces, do you go off of a mold or anything, or do you just freehand it?
Sometimes I go off a mold, especially if it's like somebody who wants it very specified.
Okay.
You know, I learned how to crochet because my parents were like, okay, we're not paying for braces. They ended up paying for braces, but they're like, we're not paying for braces, and it's not healthy. You're touching all kind of stuff coming from school, and as soon as you get upset, you put your thumb in your mouth. Okay. So my mom was teaching me to learn how to make rugs, art classes, anything where I'm using my hands. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? When I was a kid, I used to love to take radios apart, put it back together. Like anything tactical, I was really into. Okay. But crochet was something that, crochet and rug making were the two things that I was like, I could sit and do and
be at peace.
Be at peace.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's key, to be able to do something or find something that is bringing you peace. It's not a duty, it's not a job. You actually are enjoying it.
Yes, for sure. And because you know that I'm all about uniqueness. I know I've said that a bunch of times, but that's super important because I feel like my client, it's important that they know that I thought of who their personality was. That's before I chose each color. I thought of what kind of event it might be and so forth. You know what I mean? So definitely a lot of thought goes into the whole process. Okay. You know?
Wow. So let me ask you this, for your business and your brands, and we'll get into everything you do, where do you see it going?
Ooh, that's gave me a chill.
Ooh, I guess it's good chills.
Okay. I see it being a multi-million-dollar business.
Yes, multi-million-dollar business.
I see it being in multiple places in the world. Japan was very good to me. You know, I would love to re-enter that market again. A lot of different places in the Caribbean. I want Turks and Caicos, of course. Jamaica, you know, that's where I'm from. I was almost close to get to locking down a boutique, but I'm gonna see, maybe circle back. But I also see the magazine being Stay magazine being a guide that really people look like how they used to look at.
Excuse me, allergies been killing me, y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I see the magazine being like a guide that people really depend on to see what's hot in beauty, in music, in fashion, see what hot events, cool people to know, people who are making an impact in the industry that you need to know. We have a story that I'm doing on Miss Listen Knows, and she has a podcast with, shout out to her, she's a podcast with Lady Luck, and another beautiful woman that's called Mac and Cheese, and I think that's amazing. So, I mean, just working with a lot of different people, you know, even Carly, USA star, she's out of Serbia. Like, so I'm just really just expanding and being very, because my PR is they're in Serbia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was really like
She
excited.
international.
I have to be because, you know, I love my Jerseyans. But Jersey taught me a lot when I know like people like Marco Hall and Douglas Says, who was so inspiring and helping me with pricing when I was like finally getting boutiques and stuff like that. So never just New Jersey. I love because they were so supportive. And still continue to be in East Orange and stuff like that. But when I had stuff, you know, in your hometown, sometimes it doesn't get the support that you would like it to be. So where I was selling well in Brooklyn and selling well in Japan, Jersey was slow moving. So I realized, I took that as a sign that I needed to branch out.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. You reach more people that way. That's awesome. So, okay, so we mentioned Stay by Stacey, and a little bit about, you know, Stacey Angela Approved TV. Can we go into everything that you have and do?
All right. You know when you like jump in something and you know what I mean? It's different when you're working on a team and knocking out articles and seeing the behind the scenes. But when it's yours, and then you want to add little things to your baby to make it nice and pretty and how you visualize it. So it's not easy, but the accomplishment from it is like, you expect people to take you seriously, right? But then finally you're like, oh, you're getting what I'm saying, okay? Like we're on the same wavelength, and it makes me even like more happy, just the fact that I'm actually putting out something that I think people will need. You know what I mean? Like they need the crochet swimwear, of course. You need your Stay by Stacey Angela crochet accessories and swimwear, blah blah blah. But then you also need to hop on Stacey Angela Approved Television and see what's going on at some random part around the world. You know what I mean? Or locally. You know what I mean? Where, you know, like for instance, our last show, we're in the editing process now, where we covered Lehigh Valley Fashion Week and had some amazing interviews with, I would say, like about 7 to 8 women who were impacted by COVID, but definitely triumphed and remained closely knit and support and uplift each other. It was so inspiring. So we have, like, that's a special that's going to be coming out for Stacey Angela Approved TV. And then the goal is to get on a major platform, major streaming platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So y'all hear that? She got clothing line, she got TV, she got magazine. What's next? Because we know she's gonna come out with something, right?
Well, I do have a candle. The candle has to go. Okay, this has to be a whole vibe. One thing that was dope about Miami when I used to go initially to Miami Swim Week was that I would see these women who were editors of magazines, and they'd come out with their bag, right? Their beach bag. Inside, they pull out a candle. The candle had a top on it. And then they would set their little mood while they got to work.
Wow.
Cocktails or lunch on one side, their little candles set up on the other side, and they got their fly bikini on and some accessory. So I was like, duh, it makes sense.
I need to go be by a beach. I need to work by a beach then, because, you know, in Jersey we get snow, and I'm not saying nowhere catching vibes.
Yeah, I mean, so that continues to push like how I feel about the brand. You know what I mean? Like, those little things, little touches. So you'll start to see more things that coincide. It's never going to be outside of the realm of, you know, swimwear and resort wear. It's always going to make sense, you know, within the brand.
So what's next for you? What do you have next on the books? Doing anything we should know about?
Well, I'm working on Swim Week. It was July 7th through 11th in Miami.
Swim Week.
And now that outside is opening back up, you know, we can finally...
Yes. Well, let me just tell you, my birthday is that weekend, so, you know...
Turn of time. But, like, so the goal is to do a show or power shoot. I'm trying to arrange... I want to do something unique since this outside is back open. This is the first time in, like, since what? Last time I was there was 2017 or 18. But it's been a minute.
Okay.
So now I'm like... I want to do something that's gonna stand out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all might see her at Miami Swim Week this year. We'll definitely have to get that information if you decide to do, so we can, people can pull up and see your pieces.
Yes.
Speaking of your pieces, where can we find your pieces?
Sure.
How can we order them, or things of that nature?
You can visit www.staybystaceyangela.com.
Check out the link.
Or you can hit me on Instagram at @staybystaceyangela on Instagram, and you can shop away. We also have a line of like hoodies, crop t-shirts, and things like that. Super Stay, which is
Super Stay. Wait, you just mentioned that. Wait, she just tried to throw that in and ain't gonna tell us what it. Super Stay. What's Super Stay?
Super Stay is a cartoon that is developed in like with an artist by the name of Kyle Jackson, who's amazing. That we established in 2008. But it never, you know how you have it didn't take off. It didn't take off, but also I didn't push because I was more focused on the crochet pieces. But during the pandemic, there was time to finally use the sketches and finally put it on the bodies that I was looking for, brand wise. Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can find that on staybystaceyangela.com and check it out. Get a hoodie, get a little pouch. You know what I mean? Get yourself some t-shirts.
Man, might have to check that out.
All sizes, absolutely up to size 3X.
Let's go back to this beauty magazine. Like, could you tell us some more?
Oh, now that outside's opening up, we can do more travel and destination shoots and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, look, I'm either going to a destination, catch me on the beach, like,
yeah.
But yeah. So this issue of the magazine is going to be different. How?
It's going to be different in that it's my top 20 guide of beauty brands to watch or to know that I must know, and also it covers my beauty gurus because, of course, ladies, men, everyone, when we are I'm sorry, I just said myself. When we are like, we're on Zoom all day long, we're on FaceTime calls or duoing, whomever, as our means of like staying connected. We want skin is like super, it's always been important, but it's super duper important now.
Yes, it is.
Skincare is everything. And I know in 2nd grade I was getting in trouble for stealing my mom's Clinique. So makeup, I've always had my little fingers, black opal powder, just the random things. And when I had my little job as a kid, I would take that money and go to the beauty supply store and get my little lip gloss and things like that. So beauty has always been very important. So I wanted to highlight companies that also focus on SPF. I had a skin cancer scare in 2013, so then that forced me to have to look at different things, you know what I mean, that a lot of time SPFs, especially on black skin, I sweat a lot, so it can tend to run on your face or have a whitish film type of thing. And I found some great products that are nice and thin, but also provides your covering that you need. And everybody needs SPF. And I want to definitely push that with this magazine. So we'll cover Costa Rica. We'll cover some hair gurus that are amazing, like Jamie Williams, who's amazing. She's in Jersey. Grace Harsfield, she's in Jersey. Serious Hair, her weaves are crazy. And also Jennifer Stiles, who I met in Costa Rica, who so creative, so talented. So I wanted to highlight them as well, and highlight the trip to Costa Rica. And some of the shoots and the amazing photographers we were able to meet, and then we have our impact with Miss Lissa Knowles. I'm featuring her because she is just doing so many powerful things. COVID has not stopped her. She was continuously in and out of the country or in and out of town, I gotta go. So finally was able to get a shoot from her, and the pics are epic. The photographer is Charles Mitchell. He is super dope. So I'm just excited. I think it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a nice size. And it won't just be, just use it for this summer, but products that you can also use going into the fall, winter.
That's awesome. I'm very excited for that issue because for me, I'm always looking for something for my skin because I have kind of combination skin and this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm sensitive, so I try to try more holistic stuff. I have my different routines for that. And I, for one, although I model I love makeup. I personally do not like wearing makeup every day. I just don't. One, I'm lazy. You know, I'm an educator. I get up so early. If I can get 30 minutes extra sleep versus putting on a face, I'm sorry.
Sleeping.
You're going to get a basic face.
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. So like, even like, you know, I'm just still serious. Like last couple episodes, you guys say I'm not wearing makeup. This is my everyday. I don't wear makeup every day. I don't want to have to wear makeup every day. I want my skin to breathe. So I'm very much interested in this episode. I mean, excuse me, this issue, because I want to know what are some of the good things I could put on my face and my skin that's really gonna make my skin glow. Because I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it's not popping.
Oh, your skin is popping.
Thank you.
But we could always have a little bit more.
Yeah, like I want to just hit and get that glow, like, and be like, ooh, she looks so good. I know, right? What is that? Nature. That's awesome. What I am excited is, so I walked for Stacey at her recent show, Lehigh Valley Fashion Week.
Yes.
And that was amazing. Amazing. You guys will see the pictures and the videos in a minute of the piece that she had. But one of the pieces that she made is a skirt. It's like a skirt, has like all these funky colors in it. And I love it because I'm actually going to Barbados this summer. As I mentioned before in my episode with Melissa, we have a girls trip. And I'm so excited because I'm bringing that with me, and I'm gonna be sitting on that beach like,
Because that was the plan initially, you know, before, okay, we knew the pandemic was getting bad, but then travel really was put to a halt, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh man, I really want to get her in this, like, in outside the country in this. So, you know, like I'll have a vision for your own look. I'll be like, okay, I know they're doing it for this, but I hope they also wear it for A, B, C, and D.
Yes, well, don't worry, baby. It is going to be seen. I already spoke to my management company. Like, I'm going to be in Barbados. Can we do a shoot out there?
Oh, fabulous.
So, yeah. So, we're going to get some shots. Whether it be on my iPhone or whether it be professional.
A swimsuit to you also.
Oh, yes, baby. I will be out here.
Yes.
So, if you're trying to be flying on vacation, you need to hit up Stay by Stacey Angela.
I'll hook you up.
Right? So, do you get a lot of orders for like things such as, well, prior to COVID we knew was you know, a lot open, like for carnival and things of that nature, like, you know, because
I've St. Lucia has a festival, right?
Yes.
I know I did a couple pieces for a friend of mine who's going to St. Lucia for their festival, and in the Caribbean culture, carnival and festival is such a beautiful thing, because you're celebrating your ancestry, you're celebrating the beauty of the culture, the colors in the culture. That's why you see everything's so grand. Everybody's peacocking, you know what I mean? So grand, the bright, the turquoise already.
Right?
So see my feathers.
As my feathers go,
So I reunited with some cool cats that I used to do events with at the Diva Lounge in Jersey back in the day. I'm aging myself. And we used to have amazing fashion events that I would produce. So we're going to pick that back up again. We found this amazing spot in Newark, right across the street from the Prudential Center. Parking is decent. And we're looking to do a carnival themed show in July, like around July 22nd. We're looking to do that. So that's going to be super fly. Just representing, because the fact that, you know, things are slowly opening up, but the Caribbean islands aren't necessarily opening up to us coming there and not quarantining first.
Wait a minute.
Some of you may need to quarantine still once you get there. So, like, you know what I mean? It's real out there. They're being very protected, but that's why their numbers have been so low, because they've had such strict guidelines. But, yeah, I want to make every experience big and grand, you know what I mean? Colorful, you know, so we'll have some models, hint, hint, with nice, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm looking forward to this.
Because I think he was like, Stace, just make it big. I said, all right, we're going to do it big. Because I think Race Entertainment, OT Productions, and Stacey Angela, and we're going to come together and pick up where we left off. and do some more amazing events. We've had events where like 1,100 people show up, 900 people show up, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so now it's nice to reconnect. I think the pandemic forced people to be like, hey, what was good or amazing in my life? Can I get back to that energy if it's meant to be, you know?
Well, let me just say, she's booked and busy this summer, y'all. You heard her talking about Miami Swim Week in early July. Now she's doing a festival carnival and later in July. So y'all need to be on the lookout for Miss Stay by Stacey Angela, because she's out here.
I'm trying to be everywhere this summer. Not trying. Let me change my words. I'm going to be everywhere this summer.
And I'm trying to be in the streets this summer. Just joking. In the fashion streets. That's what I mean. Streets. Yes. But okay, so you've given us a wealth of knowledge and all these different avenues that you've been in or, you know, seeking. So for young designers that are coming up now and just now getting, you know, started, what are some tips or some little tidbits that you could give them as they start their journey?
If you aren't partnered up with somebody else, it's important to take that time to yourself as your designer, or you and your partners, you know, / partners, come together and really have that like separate creative time. And when I say that, I mean like, I would love to have been, this weekend was beautiful. I would love to have been out, but I had to stay home and make sure I executed how I was visualizing it first, getting it down on paper, and then you know, managing my time to get things out and off to where it needs to be. So
it sounds like they need to dedicate their time to their craft and partner, collaborate with other people.
Collaborate, and open yourself up to people you don't know. Like, you know, designers a lot of times, oh, you know, hood love, and that's cool if that's what your journey is. But if it's not, sometimes the person that is looking to bless you is like outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, I never imagined I would be in Japan. That was not even in my thought process, but I loved the whole Harajuku vibe, and I loved the colorfulness and their appreciation for yarn and their appreciation for Caribbean culture. So that became, you know, that was a mind blower, because I was like, man, I just put this in the store in Brooklyn, and then somebody from Japan came and saw it, and it just, you know, and sometimes it works like that. Yeah,
wow, that's awesome. So you heard her, guys. Be open to collaborating, be open to working with people that you've never thought you would work with, or just, you know, in general.
And when you're in the middle of creating your collection, I find, and I read this from somebody else too, so I know I'm not crazy about it, that during that time, like, I'm not saying don't be inspired by other things or other people, but try and really focus on what you feel like your collection needs to be that season, every season, because I want to say that when I put out some pieces that I know they're organically from, you know, from up here and in my mind, and then out to what you guys see. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think taking the time to really be in tune with yourself and what you are thinking is fly or amazing to put out there, or what your ancestors done downloaded and told you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that's super duper important. Taking your time and opening yourself up. Go to museums. You may be inspired in those things. Like, for instance, being inspired by arts that are not your own. That's okay. That's fine. But you're not going to catch me looking at somebody else's crochet designs and saying, hey, maybe I should add that to my collection. Yeah. Yeah. Most times I'm inspired by pieces that are fabric or a style or a vibe that I see somebody walking in the street, and I want to translate that into the crochet piece.
So be uniquely you.
Please. There's enough. Everybody's their own individual self. There's room for people out here. Don't let anybody feel like it's you or them. Everybody has their time to shine. You know. Period. Like, there's this young lady, her name is slipping me, but she just did a crochet dress for Rihanna, and she's from you know, Barbados, and she's there probably getting 100 pieces a month, you know, orders and stuff like that. People traveling. Now it's up to like thousands of pieces, and the one advice she gave was about staying focused in that and not giving up, because it's like sometimes when you're most stressed out, that's when something amazing is about to happen.
Well, Lord, I hope something amazing is about to happen for me, because I've been stressed. You know, I've been stressed. Y'all YouTube, if y'all know, I keep it real with y'all. But that's amazing. Thank you for all of that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No
So
problem.
of course, because we're in the Blessed Corner, and this is your first time in the Blessed Corner, we have to do what we always do. End the episode with a toast. However, before we toast, we have to talk about our blessings.
Okay.
So,
sure.
I got your grad glass.
I love this.
Thank you. Now, okay. So since you're my guest, I'll let you go first. What is a blessing that you'd like to share with everyone? Now, it could be something that's relevant to what we spoke about, or life experiences, or right now what you're experiencing in your life. Anything, whatever has been a blessing for you.
I'm blessed to be alive. You know, last summer my pandemic broke in the middle my pandemic broke. My thing. What do you call that thing there? My appendix broke, burst.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was by myself, of course, because we're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how I got outside the house to make it in a lift. I was like, if I call an ambulance, I don't know if they're going to take too long, but let me call this lift. The lift is never on time. That lift was there in 3 minutes.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I took that to me, and that's really when Stay Magazine truly gave birth, because I was like, I need to stop playing. Like,
yeah.
you think you have forever, and you may not, or you may. And even if you may, and you've been granted a long life, sometimes other life things happen, like marriages happen, you fall in love, and then all of a sudden you put those things down, and later on you're like, damn, I should have. So it's just, my blessing is that I'm alive and that I'm able to create. I'm able to meet amazing people such as yourself. I'm able to push certain boundaries, and I'm definitely more fearless. So all that is a blessing to me.
That is nice. I like that. I like that. Well, my blessing is my blessing is a little bit similar, maybe. It's more or less taking advantage of opportunities that come your way. I am a person who has like 2-3 jobs. I'm always busy. But I had an opportunity specifically, got a call like, oh, I need a model for this casting. Are you available? And honestly, I wasn't available, but I was able to move some things around to make myself available. Anytime I can make myself available, I do, but there are times where I can't, like, I cannot. But I went ahead, like, sure, I didn't have my hair done, threw my wig on, and I went to the casting, and it happened to be for Stacey. And not only did the casting go well, I was able to form a relationship with you and be able to work with you for other projects or whichever. And that's been amazing because, there's something that's going to be coming out pretty soon that we were able to do.
Because I already sent it over and he just gave me feedback on it. And of course with your brand, guys, I was blessed to be able to get my stuff on a billboard, to be able to get my pieces. So the next billboard model is...
Hello there. Yes, I am next.
In Atlanta.
Yes.
And I'm excited. We've done New York. We've done LA. This will be Atlanta. And I'm super excited, for that because Atlanta has so many things popping. I've been there one time. And other than the allergies, the people were amazing. They were helpful. It was almost like, wow, okay, cool. So, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that,
I'm excited too because, Mama, I made it. I'm in the billboard, Mama. Yeah, my Atlanta family, y'all gotta go check it out. When Zoom is up, I'll let y'all know where.
Yes.
Yeah, I need y'all to take pictures for me,
Absolutely, you must. So, and that'll be up for 5 days, you know what I mean? And it plays, 14 times a day? So that's a lot of exposure. I was excited. Like, once I got the pictures back from Charles Mitchell, I was like, I was seeing amazing pictures, but then I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Which one am I supposed to use? I'm like, I gotta go take a nap. This is too much.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that I could do that for you.
Absolutely. Everything bigger this year. Everything bigger, everything more grand, everything, this is some cool stuff in the making.
Yeah, I love it. So let's cheers to opportunity. Let's cheers to bigger, better, and most importantly, let's cheers to success.
Absolutely.
Yes. Cheers. Well, this is a good one.
Yeah, the grapefruit.
The grapefruit.
Grapefruit rosé.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's another blessing.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you, Miss Stacey Angela.
Thank you for
Staying by
having me.
Stacey Angela. Make sure you guys check her out. All the information regarding her IG and her website where to shop and get her items are right below. So make sure you check it out. If you trying to be fly in your custom made stuff, if you want to know what's best in beauty and on vacation, you need to check out Stay by Stacey Angela and Stacey Angela Approved TV.
Absolutely.
And Stay Magazine. So
absolutely, you got to get it out there.
Make sure you check it out.
Make sure you check it out.
Thank you for coming.
Bye, and thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. And thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Peace.